focus on a weaker side of the map. The mid portion, Boaster lying, and unfortunately caught out. Big entry pick from LewN.
BBL often leaving the B site open when they play GX. Happy to go for the retake, and with numbers in their favor here, that looks to be the view. Slight focus on kaajak, facing the defender spawn side of the map.
Alpha going to play as a late win condition here, lurking through, but BBL already making work through CT and clearing it out. Alpha's works out, getting rid of PROFEK. So all the bodies towards CT, and FNATIC know that they're going to set up for it. LewN through, but FNATIC completely
put their priority, leaving B open and paying a hefty price here, but taking a step back again. That has to be the master plan for FNATIC and their champions run, because you even really call it that. There's money behind them, full set of rifles. They're continuing to push their own interests, further them through middle.
First in first kills, but also pretty high in first deaths as well. And PROFEK gets caught out.
The risk that you take, but two players immediately behind link side. A wall placed here by Alfajer, just signposting the authority of FNATIC as they continue this slow creep, and LewN caught trying to make some sort of a play. Jamppi could suffer a similar fate, and there you go. But the kickoff game that we saw, that opener, was BBL's first win in their history against the Black and Orange. And looking at the parallels to now with the change that's been made, MAGNUM, of course, coming in, a former FNATIC player, they're pushing for these top 4 spots, or at least it feels like they've been there or thereabouts, all to narrowly missing out from Stage 1 in Toronto. And so here, really, in these bigger games, against the kind of opposition that you have to beat to put yourself on the biggest of stages, don't want to see the ground fall from beneath their feet too quickly. See. Investigation of mid. BBL have 3 players here. They outnumber FNATIC in this fight for the moment.
Yeah, but they don't outnumber them in terms of weapons, and that's the problem that BBL will have to try and face, get through, but unfortunately at this moment in time, they can't. That's going to end up an even trade, in Jamppi looking to hold on through A link, all alone, untradeable.
FNATIC moving through the map in numbers, but time is dwindling here. We know they like to play it late. A, one of the hardest sites to hit without time.
Yeah, but look at MAGNUM playing in the smoke with a shotgun. You thought just for a moment he might be able to make it work, but PROFEK is. Sheriff hitting, Spike finally down, but sociablE's here, the only rifle. A player that needs to clutch up against 2. Alfajer and Boaster playing off of one another.
Has the smoke back up now, though.
That's going to stop any lines of sight onto the defuse, and is able to get rid of the arc rows. Both players begin to walk towards sociablE. Yeah, and that's the big thing. 11's up for the first time. Can he get the value out of it? The arc row's already used, but taking a bit of damage off the back of that. And if, I was about to say, FNATIC want to execute, they do have the ultimate. Well, the first of that is going to be the dimensional drift, and that's combined with the steel garden. And kaajag's entry into the site is blustering. MAGNUM's able to at least get one back in BBL's favour, but they're still at a numbers disadvantage.
Fantastic set piece to open up, but BBL still have numbers here. And sociablE has one more TP, but Alpha finds him inside the smoke.
Yeah, now FNATIC 2 to the good. It gets even worse. MAGNUM, the only one really being able to get kills in this round, and waiting for the wall to drop so he can get PROFEK to support him, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be FNATIC dominance in this round once again. Looking to be 5 in the row unless PROFEK can find 3 of his own, but he's thrown in the white flag. Coach Powell had given us when he guested on the desk, and he was talking more about how his compositions need to be loaded more for the attack side, right? So maybe that's where BBL's focus has been. Okay. As for right now, BBL playing this round on the attack. 2 entry kills, 1 through a Bucky, 1 through a Sheriff. And FNATIC feeling like they're on the back foot a bit.
Yeah, from some incredibly aggressive positioning as well. BBL also with the mid control. Quick rotation towards B. FNATIC forced to make this play, guided into the defense, which is waiting for them.
Yeah, and the utility is great for delay. Time is getting low, and we all know that FNATIC like to play with low time. And they've already got the next one back in their favour, right? Still 1 down, but it is still BBL to try and deny a plan. 18 seconds, Alfajer gets another. Now the body's starting to dwindle. It's all going wrong for BBL just when you think there's a chance. The spike will go through, but Jamppi denies. And Alfajer, I don't know if he's got enough time. He has to commit to it, comes off the plan, and gives BBL the first round.
Rebel clutch for Jamppi. One on time itself. It's a very nicely set up round, MOSH aside. Very deep positioning, and as soon as Magnum gets outside of A, the rest feel a sense of confidence to opportunity to talk things over either. They'll be making their way over to the A side. Jamppi's already put a hell of a lot of noise on the B side. He leaves behind him Chronicle, who will be slow on his approach, and Magnum out of Link is the player to be worried about. 2 kills immediately. FNATIC a little bit laboured as they slowly stagger their way through the courtyard towards the A site.
BBL have control of Spike, but look at Alfajer finding another angle of approach.
PROFEK's considered this though, and from the angle he will find the Turk. Taken down now, 4 versus 2. Numbers in favour for BBL to increase their efforts, double their round count.
Last player standing.
Without a break in play required either, it's PROFEK to strike yet again. Chronicle have the pit. There is no position from which to play. Exact same, but right on the edge of the Viper's pit. BBL, same push outside of B again. But there are numbers to this FNATIC attack this time.
As BBL hanging around, the same smoke that sociablEE dropped last time, but paranoia waiting. And they deny any more space. So very well done by FNATIC to keep control of B main, but BBL still want to fight this.
Oh, huge kill from Magnum in the meantime as well. Finding one in mid. He's cornered in the process, and sociablEE's out of smokes to help him.
Able to not be drawn out, but the fights come through, and when they do, BBL come out on top. But not only that, get control of Spike!
Yeah.
And this is going to be a disaster for FNATIC if they can't get that back. Look, they're all towards the B side. BBL need to be careful of their flank.
And we're approaching the 30-second mark again here, so FNATIC don't have time to play with. They need to win the duels.
That they do. Cron, first start, gets taken out. And now look at crashies, having to approach from top mid. BBL change up the positioning, Magnum towards the other side. They can both double swing if needed, but there's a time in here. crashies gets the spike with a peek.
A player with a point to prove coming into this game. He's represented multiple different organizations. Now on the hunt
Towards top mid, jump spotting, and has long range utility that can support. But FNATIC have somehow...
And that makes it all the more surprising. I mean, even here, Boaster's overlooked it. Caught falling foul to the same player again. Finally, he overstays his welcome, and that's something that we have to mention. The discipline on the BBL side. All of this aggression expected from FNATIC after the timeout. You could see the setup. They were playing passive, but now they have the picks.
Thrash being used, and obviously that's going to be on a timer to when it expires, but FNATIC trying to brute force their way through A-Link, and it's not working out. PROFEK gets the pick onto Chronicle, and sociablEE pushing main gets Alfajer. Leaves crashies in a 1 versus 3, but he does have the spike on his back.
Sight at his disposal for now, but sociablEE closing the gap with that paranoia.
Yeah, and so is the rest of
FNATIC had started a few of their previous games, maps against Liquid, Apex, Na'Vi, all very slowly. It's after the timeout usually that you then see those improvements come through. The difference here is that it was 5 rounds in a row, and yep, that's the new map to be an issue, and he's just setting up Jamppi instead.
Jamppi has a full belt of utility as well, but it's that dimensional drift that's going to be used. And remember, Jamppi has been seen, and he has no way out. Has to use LewN as a ways of supporting him out of this. And Alfajer in the corner catches Jamppi. LewN at least gets the trade out, and Magnum goes one better, finding kaajak. Delay further in B main. FNATIC can't quite get out.
Still stalling here, still utility to work with. Paranoia in the hands of Social arriving late.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. FNATIC need to get a move on. We know that this is where they like to play, but BBL, they're using that to their advantage. Cron holding on and potentially able to do it. Spike in his back pocket. He's up against Magnum, who's wrapping him round, and he's going to get
a couple of rounds left in it, and FNATIC on the brink of having their buy broken. LewN still able to freely operate within mid. His opening game, sort of second game against FNATIC in VCT, felt almost defining, I think, in terms of how aggressive.
That's different from what I think. sociablEE needs to be really careful, nearly catches Boaster off guard and has to use the paranoia to get out, or so I thought.
The side of the dark cover, 4 players for FNATIC.
Yeah, he's just trying to be a bit too cheeky. Has at least one, but as the players start to move forward, there's still damage. kaajak at least is able to get the trade before sociablEE pounces, but kaajak now through A-main, trying to be the person leading the line, but instead it's Alfajer so deep. And when the orb drops, that's when the engagements will ensue, but FNATIC need to get a move on.
Look at the spike, there's 10 seconds, Cairo. There's simply not enough to get this one done. I don't know what FNATIC are up to.
And Jamppi's won the duel on B-main as well. FNATIC are the makers of
because it's the attack side where they did massively struggle before. Just 2 rounds against GX, looking for their first on this A push. It started with success. PROFEK finding Alpha. kaajak trying to flash back out, and takes 2. No! The Prince of Pistol may just have crowned himself king. Ridiculous flicks from kaajak. And of all players, it's Jamppi that's got to try and walk back in. An ace.
Struggle with their attack side on Corrode since the last time that they played it. But this is ridiculous. This is something extraordinary from the young gun that FNATIC have picked up.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Seeing if he can at least get something.
That'll have to be the plan for the next round. kaajak spearheading it again. Another kill picked up, this time sociablEE. In terms of what options that leaves BBL with, the Viper Wall's committed towards mid. They've got to walk in dry. It's kaajak again! A triple made into a quad. And inside the first 3 rounds, he's nearly had 2 aces. Still holding on to the dimensional drift, of course, but FNATIC, another blistering start.
It feels as if it's the kaajak show, though. It feels as if it's a one-man army at the moment who is dragging FNATIC up by the collar.
30 seconds left.
BBL
rerouting himself towards B, as the rest of BBL will be. Both anchors, both controllers waiting.
That's the thing. Just a little bit of pressure moves the bodies of FNATIC towards A, leaving this B side looking maybe a little bit more weaker. LewN by the molly and in towards the site. Cron on default, able to hold it down, but can he hold on any longer? No, he can't. BBL, they're able to get the advantage and the spike plan.
Late positioning from kaajak coming in main though. PROFEK has to be aware of the potential. Social has stopped the mid push, but it's from either end that FNATIC make their reprisal.
kaajak doesn't win the duel against PROFEK, leaving crashies in a 1 versus 4 with possibly one of the worst weapons, the Odin, and he has to give it up. Or at least makes it look as if he is.
Sticking around. But the round has been won through a number of players on the BBL side. It was a team effort, a well-orchestrated display of how they can look at their best when they're playing a fundamentally charged game. Looking at Scott can certainly slap a hand, I'll tell you that. Dapped us both up, felt like a rocket had gone off, and FNATIC have certainly got a fire lit underneath them here. Jamppi responds in kind, 1 kill, needs more, double headshot, only 1 though. And as much as we talked up PROFEK, he has a mountain to climb.
But LewN denied through the razor vines of the buys. crashies waiting for the opportunity to get in, but the Nightfall makes the site anchors a little bit unsteady, a little bit uneasy, and Alfajer makes it look easy. As FNATIC look to fall on down, collapse upon BBL.
Something we've constantly credited BBL for is their ability to turn a bad situation around, and it will start, as it often does, through Jamppi.
Toxin screen down.
Big entry kill as well. Alpha gone. That's that Vice util offline. As BBL tried to pivot in towards B, but Boaster takes a timing on towards the Phantom, and it's just a Sheriff, but he's in. Oh, he's in his cosmic form and gets taken off guard.
Now, PROFEK's going to be calling to the rest of BBL. Have an open sight. The problem is, Chronicle can disrupt this.
He can and will. That's the spike, remember, and the players can't get out. Chronicle might have just won this map here and now, as PROFEK has to try and go back and collect that spike.
Should be willing to invest the pit, give himself half a chance, but even then, 2 players on the double stack, it should be done.
Both players holding.
That initiation power as best they can, in a straightforward manner. With the suppression on Alpha, no headhunter in his hands, sociablEE secures it. Spike, the position to be planted, and they will.
Look at how deep right now Magnum is. Through mid he's going, but there's players from FNATIC that could catch him off guard.
Timing from crashies, and Magnum has now been located. The classics click away, and there he is, gone. Puts it down to 7 in the meantime. Still trying to force BBL off. As you can see, they're planning to get aggressive here. There's a flash on the underhand of Jamppi back into short, catches kaajak, looks for the second, comes through LewN, the server, and there is.
Yeah, I mean, there needed to be a big performance uptick for LewN. I mean, we know how good he can be. We spoke about it in the first map, right? He is fast.
Getting used to the environment that little bit more as Magnum goes back into the mid angle. In Alpha's absence, there are plenty on the FNATIC side. It's a Bulldog that can be picked up later on. BBL resting on this A plant once again with little trouble.
Yeah, and it was Cron who will go and pick up that Bulldog as FNATIC look to set themselves for the retake. And unfortunately, PROFEK tries to go a bit aggressive, and I don't know if that's what is needed there.
Exactly what you've got to be looking for, though. BBL players pushing through smokes is where FNATIC's preparation should be tailored. Alpha's flank is completely unconsidered.
As BBL focused on the save, Alpha comes in at the right time, gets the first but not quite the second. LewN's the only real rifle he has.
It's got plenty of work to do. I mean, sociablEE holding the cross from main.
Yeah, and well, he's holding on to it.
It's a really important first kill, as we know Cron's classic is as good as a rifle in most senses. But after last, couple weeks ago now against Liquid, no, it works. This quick A hit, which so far FNATIC haven't been able to deal with, at least initially.
No, they haven't. Not been able to hold on to the site. Alpha looking for an angle, and actually works against them. LewN getting the entry. Spike goes down. 5 versus 4 retake.
Spike planted.
BBL are going to be trying to search for a kill here if they can. It's often come through heaven. Players like PROFEK, but now the group up to fight the push from short.
Blood from short is where the players try to get out from, but it's just Boaster all alone on site. LewN holds left trigger.
When there isn't a player flanking from main or given complete access, free reign in heaven, BBL just taking their timings here instead. It's the clearance of Cat, and now the KO ult coming into the A site again, this time a split.
Oh, and Boaster in the smoke with a judge, doesn't hit. Alpha identified as Magnum who ended up getting the kill, not LewN. He still has his blades, but they expire. Spike down, and still an advantage to BBL in post once again.
LewN holding back though, not overstaying his welcome on that exposed angle heaven. kaajak getting the better of him so far in this series. Cheeky one from Jamppi, even on for the second
Draft and dash on towards site and has so much support. BBL are just going to keep
being posed at BBL here by Alpha.
Yeah, and it's big execute ultimates that BBL have, the first of which has already been used. That's the Nightfall, and the Hunter's Fury ripped from crashies has not hit. Boaster taking an alternative angle doesn't work out, but he needs to move. He needs to get out of there, and the spam works out. Another entry pick for BBL.
Cleaning the board, 4 on 4. LewN still leading this line, entertaining the market fight.
They want this, they want to go, but remember there's no flashes left realistically, and that dimensional drift will clear out LewN, but that doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. Not against this man, who keeps continuously winning out The primary's taken offline, and BBL trying to find safe corners in which to work. It's the two at back of sight. PROFEK and Sociable, but all the hopes are put on right here. Players low on FNATIC's side. And we should be one bullet. They'd be able to win this out against a couple, but instead, no. Just PROFEK, shotty in hand, first bullet hitting, and now kaajak on the spike against his...
BBL creating an advantage through their unrelenting aggression once more. LewN doing it all. And then on that drop back to site, both players boathouse. We've seen him step up again in this series.
Players that could potentially be broke in the next round. This defense economy cannot be stabilized whatsoever. And FNATIC showing so much respect to BBL's aggression every single time. LewN, another entry, and BBL, another site opened.
The spike is a long way. There's no real reason to go for it.
Yeah, I agree. And now for BBL,
his responsibility in the kickoff game, whereas a couple of stints on Liquid weren't exactly the same, of course. It does still represent the highlight of his career so far, that Grand Finals win over them in 2023 as MAGNUM found the first. kaajak wanting to give a little bit more airtime to sociablEE there before pulling the trigger. Suppression onto Boaster. Chronicle still sat on the edge of this. Able to dodge the suppression there a little longer. Cron walking away with one. Jamppi goes down and Spike in an awkward position. Vice wall was up. A little bit of segregation on this BBL push.
Yeah, that there is, and this is the first time we've really seen FNATIC have an advantage coming into a retake, so that's another thing to notice, and that's why they're flooding, trying to get out. Alpha gets one of his own, but they've still not found LewN, who continues on. PROFEK a double, and now BBL with the opportunity to pivot to the B site, but kaajak looks to cut them off. Right here, right now, he's noted by the Prowler.
Spike down, defender spawn.
MAGNUM rescues the spike and looks to go B.
Ooh, he's dropping off. kaajak still going to win. Half of the problem.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that about a double sentinel comp as well, right? Straight in, the null command will take all that utility off anyway, so there's a bit of time here for BBL to get that spike down.
The BBL know exactly what they're up against. They played the exact same comp the last time they were on Ascent. They know its weakness. And leaning into that here, it's 10 toes down on the site. Nightfall in the 5-on-5 to stop FNATIC getting back in.
Yeah, and they know that the short is usually really try and make their approach, and Nightfall invested, LewN leading the charge. crashies was only able to get sociable. As we look towards Heaven as well, that's where Boaster's making his approach. BBL might have already done enough to stop FNATIC getting out, but instead, no, it's Alfajer from main. Bodies everywhere, carnage. This is PROFEK looking to try and deny this. Shorty in hand, but instead, it will be... Wait, is there enough time?
Yeah, just about. BBL just want to extend that lead, and Alfajer stops them dead at the gates.
BBL just forcing the issue maybe a little bit too much. The spike is all the way out on B. And remember, PROFEK doesn't have ultimate either, so BBL are just being aggressive, running it down, trying to make FNATIC uncomfortable, but it seems as if they've settled the defense.
PROFEK can recollect the spike. Or should I say Boaster? Got a little bit caught up in that one there. You're always expecting the attack side to be the ones playing fetch, but as you say, it is royally screwed, as expected.
50 seconds, so there's some time to work with.
There is indeed. crashies isolated from the rest, but he's been on top form so far.
That he has. All stage, all year.
Make the start to playoffs for FNATIC that little bit sweeter, as it's the pistol rounds have been up until this point. Pretty damn good. Well, they missed out on the first one here on Ascent. The pistols worked well in the second round, and they are going to in round number 13 too.
I'm just waiting for BBL to peek them.
And tonally, it feels very different to when we saw that against Liquid. As the half dragged on, they looked shaken. Round number 10 in that game, at 11.5 seconds, the shortest that we've had in VCT EMEA this year, which feels crazy to say, but they're going through the gears now. And any early confidence, which they're able to get, which kaajak is able to get after what we've already seen from LewN, talking about that head-to-head, is going to do wonders for them. 3 off the Yoru ult. Hoping that it's just going to be a couple if he can be allowed to chase Jamppi here.
Well, he's going for it low, but, well, he will get one ulti orb, and that's all it's going to be as he's given his death.
Pivotal pistol round for them to keep going against the grain. BBL, on the other hand, can't afford to be getting off to any kind of slow starts here.
One enemy remaining.
Really want your bodies here, and it's a dimensional drift invested by kaajak to clear out the site.
Closest rounds that FNATIC had previously were from their set executions. Given a chance, a swing at the ace site. It's a slight miss for the time being. kaajak has restored order, but MAGNUM is right there in and amongst it. crashies removed, and Chronicle on the other side of the map, leaving only Boaster in position with the spike. He goes for the plant, and BBL not looking to rush things.
No, but I mean, they should get a move on with it only being Boaster.
Buying as much time as he possibly can. Needed that first shot cleanly. And with Cron,
BBL, need to be careful. I've actually get marked there, so TP bombed. And next engagement, he can't escape from.
but the support network for sociablEE is worn thin. There's no one here, no safety net. But he never needed one of those. sociablEE taking this on the chin, looking for more, getting it. It's ugly, but Boaster wins the fight with an SMG, the Spectre, which then walks the spike into MAGNUM. So easy enough collection on it.
And as kaajak trying to grab the spike, had to TP away. FNATIC need to engage here. They need to battle their way back to getting that spike plant. But look at the players positioning through B.
They've already gutted the site. Now
30 seconds left.
Need to act as the next layer of this attack. That's where PROFEK is called into question, called to action, finds the kill, has the cross for Cron, but catches a dink in the meantime. All eyes on LewN. The young Turkish star to step up and stop FNATIC. Time is running. Not the best of attempts that we have to keep it at the front end of the veto.
Yeah, I agree completely right. I mean, Sunset, the insta-ban for the past 3 weeks, Ascent not looking good whatsoever. When you look at this attack by, it's starting to fall to
gather info.
This is where FNATIC for the first time have really went to be main, right? And well, that is a good seize. crashies no way out, chucks the spike back. Confirmation of a kill. The set piece working out, but Fragment was used in the meantime as well.
It's a gun round. You're happy to make that investment. They're going to go for a little bit more of the same here. MAGNUM still has the Nightfall. BBL still aggressive.
Continuing on, MAGNUM on the line, but is he baited enough for sociablEE? They're going to still try and clear it out. FNATIC and sociablEE still alive, blind sure, but can't quite get another. 3-3, remember LewN has an operator to retake with, which is not the weapon you want.
Jamppi hanging around though, yet to be cleared. They're still not in sight.
No, they're not. They're finally out of main now as Jamppi has to drop away off the angle. The players still not identifying his position! And when they do, he finds two! Boaster now trying to escape with a potential opportunity on A!
Oh, but no second TP, so he has to go all the way around the stairs and misses the jump a little bit too.
Yeah, remember, two bodies ready here. Jamppi low, and that's what's going to put Boaster in a favourable position. Has to commit to the spike, the spam not quite hitting. Jamppi getting up close and personal. LewN here now. Boaster needs a clean engagement, a first one. LewN potentially given that, but they know exactly where Boaster is. One player to find!
Play made into B main, really nice opener with the Armageddon. Heads up from crashies to remove the spike and any doubt from the situation. Surprised that it's literally just sociablEE fighting there, and the transfer from Jamppi ultimately is the play. FNATIC have given themselves options, and this is the default that we're talking about. BBL not doing anything just yet to interrupt, but here's LewN. Oh! A flick like that is the exact sort of play they'd be hoping to make mid-round. Drone coming through B as well. all focus on the A site. BBL know what's up.
Yeah, they do. As the bodies start to get on to support LewN holding from up top as PROFEK sits beside Dice, and look at the time once again. Bodies still being hemorrhaged and the spike making another angle of approach. That's the B site where sociablEE lies in wait.
Premature null command from Jamppi, but as he swings back through, crashies has been sent. And with Haven queued up, it's just a play like this.
That's ridiculous, man.
Which completely changes the outcome of the round.
It's the confidence that LewN has, right, when he's on Jet. We've seen it a couple of times now when he's...
It's the great equalizer for FNATIC, but then again, here is the mid-aggression. They spotted the two Arch players, but they still don't know about Jamppi.
He's so deep.
And he's hearing the footfall.
And there's nothing to stop this flag.
Oh!
Well, crashies is actually, never mind. Two players to the good. PROFEK from the corner, trying to deny the players getting out. Does so. Shorty now to get rid of Alpha. He's got control of Spike. This could be it. The map won.
It's looking very likely. So intelligently set up by PROFEK. Plays anti to the TP coming in from kaajak, and now FNATIC left down to their last two players. 27 HP between the two. crashies investing the Hunter's Fury to bring the odds back in their favor, but the health pool still isn't there, and so too the spike.
Yeah, this would be enough. One shorty bullet would probably grab the both players, but as they come out, MAGNUM just holds left.
It's 11 early, as it was all of Ascent. Stunned to try and set him up. The proactivity put in the set piece. With an aftershock at the feet of crashies, he's forced to move forwards, but it's not a problem. In fact, it's the green light he was looking for. FNATIC from the starter gun have not missed a beat, but neither has MAGNUM this series. And that's the quick reality check.
Yeah, spike on the floor, up against Alfajer. That was the player who replaced MAGNUM on FNATIC.
And lock in, of which he has found plentiful amounts so far in this series. Just biding his time and waiting for the plant to be confirmed.
Tap of the spike takes MAGNUM back in though, and Alpha commits to that spike plant.
MAGNUM's got out back sight, and as he closes the distance, Alfajer unaware! He's lonesome in a lot of endeavors. It was difficult for them, and Haven at times when maybe you don't have as much official experience, at least running though.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Trying to force their way in, make it closer angles, closer fights, which will favour these Sheriffs. That's an insane shot, and now has a rifle in hand. A real possibility for FNATIC.
It's a 4v2 on site, but FNATIC have cleared the place, and with MAGNUM back in, needs the timing on the drone, and kaajak has a rifle now.
So Heaven's outlaw against 4. As soon as he has to reload, you can imagine that he'll be flooded with players trying to close him down, but instead changes his angle of approach.
And that's the reason that we don't get the reload, because he's hoping for the element of surprise. It's only going to inhibit his chances. There's the next, but yeah, it's a round signed, sealed, and delivered personally by kaajak. LewN will make sure that not a single player escapes from the round with their life. But it's the same story. FNATIC in the second round. The pistol
being able to respond is going to be heartbreaking for BBL. This is just insane. It's just kaajak again being able to
opportunity for crashies to break it with the shock. It missed.
It did. And, well, kaajak will be telling his team that, but MAGNUM takes his opportunity out of the cage, and Boaster's the one that grabs him. So BBL at a disadvantage trying to retake, and LewN nowhere near the site.
It's one of the areas you would be looking for an advantage, the Cypher utility against the Neon barreling in. And it has actually stopped FNATIC from getting the plant for now. The rotation has been made.
But Boaster not seen with that drone. That's going to be a problem for BBL.
And Alpha now queuing up late outside of Garage, so he is the dagger that waits over the shoulder blades of BBL, who are all retaking from defender spawn side.
Out they go. Boaster still not cleared, and well, he takes his chance, takes his opportunity, only able to get one, but plays in the rest of FNATIC. Still though, you're waiting.
Means that much more for BBL. It's yet another thing to be thinking about. But right now, it is Route 1, a direct approach. It's kaajak at the front.
Camera taken out.
Now, straight away, Hunter's Fury back, and that's a big couple tags and an entry for BBL. Well, a double, and Jamppi's making that pain even worse. It's now just the two players on site.
Yeah, mid walk down finding huge value. BBL need to be cautious in how they organize the retake here, and that's the first sign of warning.
Both players low on FNATIC though, that's the problem that these players will have. And it needs to be clean fights from here on out, which it has been for the most part. But it's Boaster all alone.
Should be pretty happy to play for the A retake here. You can see the placement of the trap would suggest for an early heads up. They know the lockdown is in play. And Jamppi has his Rolling Thunder to come back in with.
Here's his angle of approach though, because he's starting to search in mid. The drone, the Killjoy turret would have identified that, but Alpha is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Needs to get a kill. He will at least get one, but it's Magnum, not Jamppi. So that Rolling Thunder's still in play.
Huge win, but Cron left without the stun, unperturbed, goes back in for seconds and threads the needle. That's Jamppi's ult off the board, and Cron is well positioned. For kaajak, other side of the wall.
No, LewN can flex, so if the Neon maybe catches him off guard.
Where's sociablEE in all of this? He's walked right up mid again. And FNATIC, he's not expecting it.
Yeah, but look at the spike. It's in BBL's favour. LewN gets kaajak as well. This is a disaster.
A disaster in the making, perhaps. There isn't too much pressure, or time pressure on FNATIC right now, so
it could be though. Very quickly. Boaster's managed to escape onto C though, but it's sociablEE in mid that gets caught out.
Yeah. Spike recovered.
Shadows traveling.
Oh, and 3 versus 4 now. Boaster had to be a little bit careful, but you know what? He's been hitting some shots so far today. So has PROFEK!
Spike down, C.
Quick double from the Sheriff, a gut punch. But crashies is still within range. Look at the health bars.
I have the spike.
Jamppi up next, he has the rifle and he's...
No matter the side, and that's the biggest detail. The turret, mid-construction, starting to break the trap now, indicative of their finishing positions. Everything else covered by BBL, and the value of this Rolling Thunder compounded on the B site. But no capitalization.
Oh, well, there is information now.
And no plant yet.
Yeah, this is getting worrying. As BBL try to defumigate that pit. Although Jamppi nearly gets the opportunity to take Cron himself. What's going on?
I think FNATIC wanted to go A, but they've cancelled those plans. They will end on B. Smoke is down, though. crashies in the open, 15 seconds.
Yeah, there's a chance to deny the plan. LewN nearly takes Alpha off guard. Instead, it's Magnum. Spike plant confirmed. But look at the two players' positions. Completely disconnected. And one of those, the op.
But Cron is refueling, though, and will be able to put this toxic screen back up. Has the cloud if needed.
Trying to escape to a safe place but can't find it, and now it's just Cron's op. Hopefully he won't be given the opportunity if you're a BBL. Along some star-studded players. Oh, LewN caught off guard.
Paying half an eye's attention to Long. Now the drone's traded either way. Full focus on short for Magnum, planting his feet, entrenched in the corner, yet to be cleared, but peeking into Boaster, who on the fadeaway has picked up yet another.
Yeah, and Jamppi's trying to flank here. He's caught by the alarm bot, so FNATIC know about it, ready to hit into the site.
Gotta go.
FNATIC back on their feet. PROFEK has made a juncture of his own. Boaster, one back.
Careful.
The captain has kept them moving forward, round on round. Does tend to step up in these bigger games sometimes when you least expect it. Now with twice the numbers and time to set up this post, you expect FNATIC to be in the drive into their setup. But Magnum hasn't found too much value from these traps up until now, and he's not really in a position to capitalize from them either. Another well-placed drone from crashies has put doubt in his mind, but
yeah, and Jamppi's starting to think about, hey, where could FNATIC go next? Maybe be long. I'm going to go and support LewN. Both players look to hold it down.
Only one gun heard, one dash away. This is where Jamppi gets overlooked, and LewN comes back in, circles to position with blood in the water, but it's crashies to draw it. Boaster in the back line now, PROFEK having to do it all. And can't stand up to the challenge. BBL buckling under the pressure in these last couple, as FNATIC now will have guaranteed themselves
Seconds left.
an advantage on the half with the money that BBL have here. Maybe sociablEE could think about a save on the Vandal, or maybe you just give it a go.
Seems like he wants it, right? I mean, he's got Magnum close by.
Revealing area.
Bill comes in, jump up sociablEE, finding one, but on 5 points of health, he's got to take the long way around.
Yeah, I think this is where the white flag gets thrown in, but Boaster's trying to deny it, as well as Cron, and that's what BBL want.
But who's there on the other side?
I'm out of here.
I mean, nobody. They're playing for retake, giving up the site. FNATIC get all the space that they need, but Jamppi once again thinking about mid.
Boaster too, just unrelenting. You'd think that he was LewN, at least in terms of how he positions himself, but that is a big loss. Cron down, no more Toxin. BBL held at arm's length. Jamppi trying to retake some of this space, but the defender's side has to hold up its end of the bargain if he's to get the value. Two players sucked into his orbit, one of them crashes, he will survive. Still BBL down a man.
Yeah, and trying to force the way back in. Paranoia didn't hit.
We are yet to see from either team really so far in this series. At the perfect time for the team already on their way to Paris, making sure that they aren't in company anytime soon.
Flash stops LewN getting straight to work on the A side, and FNATIC are prepared for this. As we can see, all the bodies are moving through mid, while crashies tries to delay the spike plant through his shock darts, and that's exactly the case. Spike now going in, but all the players ready on the flank for FNATIC.
And do BBL even want to have a look towards spawn here? crashies is monitoring it with Chronicle, and now that the flank is hit, it's the call to action for BBL.
Yeah, that's exactly where they're going. LewN completely wipes out Cron.
Second
and
headshot.
crashies being forced all the way back. Magnum holding sight by himself while Jamppi's close by, and it works out. A pistol round win on the horizon
The
for
stinger, but walking into a loaded garage setup.
That's so much utility and then surrounding it. PROFEK
Oh.
up, but it's Jamppi's aftershock that gets the kill. And PROFEK with the timing. LewN as well. BBL open up that C site, and the other two players of crashies and Boaster, they want to stay towards it. They want
One's missing or the other. There's just to be that perfect storm if it is to work out.
Yeah, and I feel as if it has to be the perfect storm for BBL to find themselves in the upper bracket as well, because of the fact that Heretics lies in wait.
Yeah, and sorry to just bring it back to this round, but as you put it, Champs has been that ever-evasive one for FNATIC, and something to consider. Up against the mixed investment, looks like they're just going to go for the B play. It's a bold call to make from Jamppi, but it's one which looks to be serving the purpose. A lack of extra control would be an issue, but the captain leads by example. That's kaajak gone.
Yeah, but it's a bold call because we know that these Stingers and Buckies are better at close range, but BBL are just knocking them down.
And that's the issue now for FNATIC. The choice weaponry is nowhere near as good when you're the one that has to peek around those corners. But Cron, with an injection of pace, has picked up the first. As long as Jamppi can guard this smoke, he's going to be in a good position. But slight adjustment with the poison orb forces PROFEK to think about it, and think he will. BBL to tie up the scoreline as expected. Boaster, it's also a repeat of the Killjoy setup in Garage, which will need to be dealt with by BBL and can buy some stall if the nano is opened, which it won't be. It's Alpha's head instead.
And BBL bust onto that side, but kaajak's timing works out, trying to bust out into safety, does so, and Magnum's lying there and wait! But kaajak's unbelievable!
So quick. BBL anything but. They're yet to hit the C site. Huge 1v1 on sociablEE, but he wins it and opens up B. With the smoke placed at his back, he's relying on this recon to give him the cognizance to just get in there. And that's what they'll do.
Spike down, now trying to bolster down, a little bit of delay, but it'll be chip damage instead onto Jamppi. And Boaster finding PROFEK makes this a lot more doable.
Really feeling himself so far. And now, repossessing the mid space, BBL detached from one another, time ticking, but FNATIC have players in place.
They do. Oh, that's a nice paranoia, but Cron hasn't capitalised. Finally closing up, and Jamppi hears the steps, calling for support through. It's Sova, but it doesn't come. Now sociablEE needs to clutch with time so low. Boaster peeks out. Cron low, a shock's enough, and that's what's going to win it.
Upwards. 5 successive.
Planted.
And despite Boaster and Cron's best efforts, it's a gift. Chronicle, if he full sticks that, I think he might just about have it. It was incredibly close. That sociablEE didn't tap the shot. He was looking to really stretch that bow back.
And an up on C. So the option now is towards B as they try to get onto Boaster, but LewN was stunned by his own breach, and it's actually PROFEK out of carriage that buys BBL an opportunity to get that spike down.
Well, they've reconfirmed kaajak is here. They will not look to overwhelm him.
I don't want anything to do with it. Would rather take that extra space in C-Link as the other two try and approach from A, and LewN is caught the first. Another Cron lies in wait, but instead is backing off. I think this is 11 for BBL.
It most certainly will be. We are seconds away from it, and FNATIC will be without their operator. I digress. They've approached the situation, they found the gap, they've taken the timing, and this from PROFEK is more of the same. I said that it was either him or LewN that we needed to see step up.
Buying into this one right here, right now.
Omenal immediately to just set the tone. Missed shot from kaajak goes past the leg of MAGNUM, who hasn't stopped. As BBL sprint towards the C site, they will be able to take it over, but this Viper wall in their post plant is a problem.
Yeah, that it is. And remember, there's no more smokes for BBL either, so every angle they cross is a potential for FNATIC to be on the other side.
They seek to deal with it through their positioning, and by playing in front, they confirm that no move has been made just yet by the defense. It's a double stack with 2 players off the shoulder. Boaster will be collecting the info, but the ult doesn't quite fan out backside, so he doesn't get full visual. LewN undetected, MAGNUM follows it up, but still FNATIC have the trades. Jamppi needs a whole lot more here, and he's gonna get it! Oh, mate!
And that could be it. The final nail in the coffin for FNATIC in this series.
1 enemy remaining.
Tried to force everything into that last round.
Let's go! Come on, boys! Let's go!
BBL not dropping a single round. And in the 7 months that we've seen between the last time they faced, it might just be another 2-1 for the Turkish org.
It could be. Boaster trying to be aggressive in towards window, but MAGNUM's on the other side. Cron now next up, but look at BBL. Oh! They're trying to work in droves, but instead, Cron proves some resistance. Alfajer catches the next, and FNATIC will be able to survive a round longer, it seems.
And that's the rug from beneath BBL's feet. You can't get too comfy when you're playing the team that is most at home on the EMEA stage. Our previous winners looking for back-to-back in successive years. But BBL, the first task, has not been so easy. And LewN still thinking about it. Oh, kaajak was low.
That was the lockdown. That's why you look at the A site and it's barren of opportunity of a kill. Oh. That's really early.
Yeah, I don't even know if the turret had been hit at that point.
But look at the aggressive stance in mid.
He's waiting for this. And he's left unchecked. So under the microscope, MAGNUM picking up the first of those kills, still hanging around in the back as the rest of BBL have arrived on the scene, busting into playoffs. And now, set
on
up
the scene.
But everything that's gone his way in the previous week or so, you're asking for so much in this situation. Denies the plant. A strong start, and with the pit in pocket, a tool to play with. He's stunned, thrown up into